Hey guys, welcome to Hands On. Today I'm going to be doing a video on the deck. As you can see, I've already done a couple boards. So these boards here on the right are very worn down from weathering, from years of abuse. And these boards on the left I've flipped over. They're much smoother, they look much nicer. And we're going to be flipping all the rest of these boards. And then after we flip them and screw them back in, we're going to be power washing them. And then after that, we'll be staining them. And overall, it'll make this deck look way better. Yeah, just reusing old boards makes for a lot cheaper than buying new lumber. And so that's what we'll be doing today. So, tools we will need. And what I've got here is the setup for tools that I'm going to be using. On their left right here, these are some deck screws. They're outdoor use. Self-driving, and apparently they're rustless, so we'll see about that over the years. I'm going to be reusing most of the screws, but some of them are so rusted that I need some new ones. This right here is a drill. This is a drill as well. I just didn't feel like switching out the different bits. So the old screws have Phillips heads, so I have a Phillips head on that one, and a star tip on this one because that's what these screws need. And then I have this pry bar, these two pry bars here. As you can see in the deck slats, there needs to be some space between them. Some of these boards have been a little bit warped, so I need these pry bars to keep the space between them when I screw in the screws. And then this hammer, I'll show you what I use that for if I need it. I typically don't need it, but sometimes the screws get stuck in the deck, and they're so rusted that the heads get just drilled apart and I can't unscrew the screws, so I just knock them right off. But yeah, I'll show you what I do with that if it ever comes to that. You know, sometimes when you're on a budget, and you got to do what you got to do to get the project done. Alright guys, I'm going to use this pry bar. This panel here is blocking my access to these screws using my drill, so I'm going to have to pry this guy off and then re-nail him with a nail gun later. Guys, so this is where I'm going to have to use the hammer. As you can see here, this screw is not unscrewing because of the rust. It's not coming back out of the board, so this is where I use the hammer. And I'm just going to tap it back and forth until it breaks off and create a new So now it's flat there, and now I can screw a new screw into a different area, and we'll throw that one away. guys, so my drill died, so while I'm waiting for my drill to recharge, these boards here that we pried off, we're going to need to take these nails out so we could redo the brad nails. So I'll show you guys how to use these tools here. These are good for pulling brad nails. So what you do is you grasp the nail, as hard as you can, and you use the board as leverage and pull it right out. Put these boards back on there now that I've taken the nails out of all of them, and I'm going to use this this brad nailer here. It's an HDX brad nailer, hooked up to a pressurized tank, and then I'm going to use these brad nails, Porter cable 18 gauge brad nails. Boom, baby. Alright, so I got all the boards flipped. This part of the video will probably be just board flipping. I'll probably have to have a second part and a third part because the sun is setting. And it took way longer than I thought to unscrew a million screws and put them back in a deck. So yeah, there's probably going to be two to three parts. The second part will probably be power washing, and the third part staining. The reason I'm separating the power washing and the staining is because you have to wait a couple days before you stain, otherwise the stain will not set. So, and again, I left this board here and a couple others like it because I didn't want to take these railings out. I'll just power wash that and restain it. And again, with these over here, we're going to leave those, power wash them and stain them with new stain because railing right there. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching the video. Thanks for watching Hands On, first video ever made, baby. And yeah, feel free to smash that subscribe button. That'd be super helpful. Thanks, guys. See you in the next one.